Shalom, shalom, family. Bokatah. Good morning. Salutations. And all the wonderful things that goes along with just simply saying hello. Hey, I'm Elder Netanyahu. Again, this is my morning message. This is my message. You don't have to agree with my message, but this is my message. I hope that my message gives you some inspiration and some understanding toward the scriptures that we read. I always say go get your Bible, go get your scriptures you may read and follow along with me. But if you don't agree with my message, again, that's fine. I always say go do you 100, but I hope that you do find what you're looking for. But with that, family, what I want to deal with this morning is walking in truth. We're going to look at 2nd YaHUH chapter 1, and we're going to look at his short statement about how he see you walking in truth, which should translate to all of us walking in the truth of the Creator, YaHUH. And I know, I don't know if you know, but I know it's done through the law, Torah. But people are like, it don't exist, it don't happen, it's not important, and it's the very thing that leads and guides you to the kingdom of YaHUH. So it's not about Christian works and Islamic works. It's about the work, the will of the Creator, YaHUH. And I'm hoping that people are finding the truth of the Creator, right? But 2nd YaHUH chapter 1 and verse 4, it says, I rejoice greatly that I found thy children walking in truth. What truth? The truth of YaHUH. It is the commandments that governs our social behavior with others. It is the commandments and ordinances that give us the know-how how to walk in righteous and justice for the Creator, right? So YaHUH says, I rejoice greatly that I found thy children walking in truth, as we have received a commandment from the Father, right? All of us don't serve the same Father, so don't take my biblical principles and assume that we're talking about the same individual. I'm talking about YaHUH, the Creator, okay? If you're not talking about YaHUH, the Creator, and you're not down with keeping his laws, then this conversation, this morning message is probably not for you, okay? But as we have received a commandment from the Father being YaHUH, and now I beseech thee, lady, the lady is the nation, the house of YaHUH, right? Not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, because when you start bringing the commandments back to the people, it sounds new, but it's right there in their scriptures. You know what I'm saying? But you've been told not to pay attention to your scriptures, so therefore when we talk the law and you hear it, it sounds new to you. So this is what he's saying. He said, I ain't got to tell this lady, YaHUH, about the law because she's supposed to be in a covenant with the Creator with his law. You know what I'm saying? So he says, now I beseech thee, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but that which we have had from the beginning, at Mount Sinai, where YaHUH wrote the commandments with his finger and give it unto Moshe to mediate to the lady, the elect lady, YaHUH, our family. So what we got in our Bibles ain't nothing new. It's from the ancient, the old. But we're just being told, don't deal with you. It's done away with, all that, it's nailed to the stake, etc., 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 right? But we go in and we read this. So if you're reading it, then you need to ask, well, what's the old ones, right? He says, but that which we have had from the beginning. What we have from the beginning? The commandment from the beginning was this, that we love one another, right? So if we go to Malachi 22, I believe it is, verse 36 through 38, Yahushua was asked, teacher, what's the greatest commandment in the law? He said, hey, the greatest commandment is to love YaHUH with everything. He said, I'll tell you one better. The second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. So if you love your neighbor and you love YaHUH, then you are walking in the perfect will of truth of YaHUH. Because see, this is what YaHUH is talking about, walking in truth, family. in this morning message, right? So, hey, the commandment is to you to love me and me to love you, but according to the will and statutes of the Creator, YaHUaH, if we all are serving the same Father, right? So he says, but that which we have had from the beginning, that we love one another, and this love, that we walk after his commandment, which is YaHUaH's commandments, right? This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, you shall walk in it. Walk in what, elder? Walk in love. What love? To love YaHUaH first and foremost, and to love your neighbor as yourself. If you love your neighbor, you're not going to steal from your neighbor. You're not going to commit adultery with your neighbor. You're not going to lie on your neighbor. You're not going to covet anything in your neighbor's house. You know, that's the love. So the first 4 commandments: don't make a god, don't bow down to a god, don't take the Father's name in vain, and remember the Shabbat. That's the first greatest commandment that he's talking about. That's the head right there, family. And then the next 6: honor your father and your mother, don't commit adultery, don't lie, don't steal, don't murder, don't covet, etc. This is how we walk in truth, family, if you accept the truth of YaHUaH, right? So, hey, this is not something new that we're supposed to know, because it's already been established. We just gotta draw back to it, navigate to it, right? So let's go to first Kepha, family. Let's go to first Kepha, right? In first Kepha, I didn't write the precept, but maybe it's first Kepha. Let's start first Kepha 1, because it's basically the greetings, right? But what I want to start this at in first Kepha is verse 4, right? Verse 4. So we were talking to the lady, right? The lady being the house of Yahshua. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 3, because it says, blessed be YaHUaH, Father of our King, Yahusha Masha'ah, right? Which according to his abundant mercy have begot us unto a lively hope, right? By the resurrection of Yahusha from the dead. So Yakanah has set the precedent with walking in truth. As we walk in truth, we looking for the lively hope of the redemptions of our bodies, right? Because now Kepha is talking about a lively hope, family. So he says that, hey, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that faded not away, reserved in Shama, or heaven, for you, who are kept by the power of YaHUaH through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time, or the end days, or at the manifestation of the first resurrection, family. But this ain't new either. This is from the beginning also, right? So, hey, he goes on to say in verse 6, wherein ye greatly rejoice through now for the season, if need be, you are in heaviness through the manifestation of temptation. Because the world is full of temptations. Everybody wants you to do everything contrary to what is written, what was given in the beginning, what is the will of the Creator YaHUaH, family. So now, as you deal with temptation, he goes on to say that the trials of your faith, being much more precious than gold and that perishes, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto the praises and the honors and the glory at the appearing of Yahusha, right? So that's what's important, family. It says, whom having not seen, we haven't seen Yahusha, and Yahusha had said to Didymus, hey, you see me after the resurrection, but think about those who don't see me. They got to have faith in my will of the Father, the works that the Father has given me, basically, right? So he says that, whom having not seen, you love, in whom through now you see him not, yet believing, right? We believe, right? You rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, family. Hey, it's so important that we walk this straight and narrow. And if we don't, man, it's not going to be good. We're going to wake up burning. We're going to wake up hot. You know what I'm saying? All this is designed to get us away from unrighteousness, because our flesh is sick with sin, family. And let's go to 1 Corinthians. I'm going to wrap it up because I don't want to hold you too long. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, right? So, hey, here in 1 Corinthians chapter 2. So, Yak and I talked about walking in truth. It's good to see you walking in truth. Kepha said, hey, you must keep the hope of the lively resurrection, or live for the lively hope for the redemption of your bodies, basically, that you may get that new change and live forever with the Creator and the Mashiach, right? And those who qualify for the kingdom of YaHUaH. I'm not dealing with the kingdom of God. I'm talking about the kingdom of YaHUaH. And again, if what you call Father might not be what I call Father. What I call Father might not be what you call Father. But hey, YaHUaH, creator of the heavens and the earth, the father of Abraham, the father of Isaac, the father of Jacob, the father of the 12 tribes of Yasharah. That's who I'm dealing with, family. It's called self-correction, right? But hey, 1 Corinthians 2 verse 6 says, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect in the knowledge of YaHUaH, not because they find out what's new, but understand what they think is new has always been from the beginning, the work through the law of YaHUaH by faith, brothers and sisters. That's your demonstration, right? So he goes on and say, yet not the wisdom of this world, because this world got some kooky wisdom in it, right? He says, nor are the princes of this world that come to nothing, but we speak the wisdom of YaHUaH in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom, which YaHUaH ordained before the world unto our glory. Those who are going to receive the knowledge of the Creator, family, and live it, right? He says, which none of the princes of this world knew, for had they known the wisdom of YaHUaH, the plan of YaHUaH, he says that they would not have crucified the Mashiach, right? But as it is written, eyes have not seen, nor ears heard, neither have entered into the heart of man, the things which YaHUaH hath prepared for them that what? Love him. How do you love YaHUaH? With all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, family. That's how you love him, through obedience, by being able to do his will with knowledge and wisdom, right? That's what we're talking about, right? So he says that, hey, but YaHUaH hath revealed them unto us by his Ruach, right? For the Ruach searches all things, yeah, the deep things of YaHUaH. For what man knoweth the things of men, except the Ruach of man which is in him. The laws of YaHUaH are in you, right here, and that you know how to process them and you know how to walk orderly in them, basically, family. Simple as that, right? So he says, verse 12, now we have received not the Ruach of the world, the spirit of the world, but the Ruach, the spirit of YaHUaH, right? That we may know the things that are freely given to us by YaHUaH, right? Which things we also speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teach, because man teach you contrary to YaHUaH, because his wisdom is God's wisdom, and God's wisdom is contrary to YaHUaH's wisdom, right? He says that which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Kodesh Ruach teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. Now check it out, family, before we get out of here. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Ruach of YaHUaH. You can't always look at your scriptures physically. You cannot always understand the scriptures physically. Where's the Ruach? Where's the Spirit at? Where's the things that are hidden that needs to be revealed so you can see? You know, it's the same way that the prophet Elisha asked YaHUaH to allow his servant to see those who were with him versus him seeing the physical army. He said, hey, open his eyes that he may see there's more with us than there are with them. And YaHUaH opened up his eyes and he saw all the mighty Malachims on the mountain ready for war. You know what I'm saying? So you can't always look at the scriptures physical, because YaHUaH is a spirit. You have to deal with the element of the Ruach, his spirit, family. Simple as that, right? So he says that this, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Ruach of YaHUaH, for they are foolish to the man, unto him, right, to men. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. You got to discern the spirit from the flesh, family. Simple as that. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet himself he is judge of no man. For who have known the mind of YaHUaH, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of the Masha'ah. So, like it says in Philippians, I believe, chapter 2, let this mind be in you, which was in the Masha'ah, that he submitted himself to the Creator to do the work and the will. So you're supposed to submit yourself, family, to the work and the will of YaHUaH, that you will live a lively hope by walking in the truth and dealing with the wisdom of YaHUaH. Hey, family, I want to thank you for your time, for allowing me to share my information. Thank you for allowing me to come into your personal space to share my information. This is my information, and I hope that my information is enlightening. But you don't have to agree with my information. You can do what you want to do. Go do you 100. But give thanks and praise to YaHUaH, the creator of heaven and earth, the mighty father of Abraham, the mighty father of Isaac, and the mighty father of Yaakov. With that, family, I love you. Thank you again. And you have a Baruch day. Shalom, 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 shalom.